The puppy chased them happily. Not attacking. Just excited. Just wanting attention. The chase around the arena lasted 3 minutes. 3 long, humiliating minutes that would be remembered in Vrak's military history forever. Finally the puppy got tired, flopped onto the floor, and went to sleep. Dead silence. Elias lifted the snoozing puppy gently. Okay. He's worn out. You guys done being dramatic? General Kazal bowed his head. Human. We surrender. Elias blinked. What? We concede to the Terran Dominion. We cannot hope to stand against a species that commands such unpredictable creatures. Dude, Elias said flatly, Earth doesn't even know I'm here. Kazal froze. That was an authorized human deployment. Yeah, I was literally camping when you abducted me. The general fainted. Ending. The aftermath became legend. Word spread across the Vrak's dominion. Terrans controlled galaxy-devouring beasts with simple voice commands. Entire fleets refused to engage human vessels out of fear they might unleash the sleepers. Diplomats scrambled to clarify the situation. Biologists uploaded dog behavior lectures to alien networks. But the myth had already taken root. Across dozens of star systems, aliens trembled at the sound of Terran whistles. In the end, the Vrak's Dominion signed a cultural exchange treaty, one that included, at Kazal's personal insistence, several canine behavioral manuals and a training session. General Kazal eventually requested an official audience with Elias. The human arrived holding the puppy, now a bit bigger, still clumsy, still adorable. Kazal bowed deeply. Human Elias Mercer. Handler of the beast, we wish to learn the ways of your kind. Teach us. Elias grinned. Lesson 1. Belly rubs. And to universal shock, Kazal got on all fours and attempted to imitate one. Badly. The puppy barked joyfully, jumped on him, and licked his mandibles. Kazal wept as though blessed by the stars. Truly, he whispered, we are not worthy. And so the galaxy changed forever. Not through weapons, not through warfare, not through terror, but because one alien empire misunderstood the cutest creature humans ever created. And humanity? Humanity just kept adopting puppies. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, was more fearsome to an alien warrior than a wagging tail and a happy boof. General Kazal of the Vrak's Dominion stood atop the war platform, mandibles clacking in anticipation. The arena below roared with the drums of conquest, thousands of armored Vrak's warriors thundering their fists against the metal bleachers. Today was to be a display of dominance, a demonstration of what became of those who defied the Dominion. And at the center of the arena stood a single human. Private Elias Mercer, age 23, messy hair, one boot missing, and hands zip-bound behind his back. He was very clearly not impressed. Hey, he called up toward the towering general. You guys got a bathroom? I've been holding it since the kidnapping. The audience hissed. Several warriors raised their shock spears in fury. Kazal snarled. Silence, mammal. He signaled his guards. Bring in the beast. A heavy gate screeched open. The arena fell into an expectant hush. The Vraks were known galactically for their warbeasts, genetically engineered terrors capable of rending armored mercenaries in half. They had dozens of varieties: acid-spitting drakes, bone-coated ravagers, nano-infused shadow hounds. Today's selection was rumored to be one of their most feared. Elias squinted, bracing himself. Thud, thud, thud. Something enormous approached in the swirling dust. The crowd rose to their feet. Kazal spread his arms. Behold, mammal. You face the apex predator of our dominion, the devourer of worlds, the silent maw. The dust cleared. Elias blinked. The crowd gasped. General Karzal's mandibles froze mid-triumph, because waddling out of the shadows was a puppy, fluffy, golden, tail wagging furiously. It barked once, an adorably squeaky boof, and tripped over its own paws. Elias stared, then burst out laughing. "Oh my God," he wheezed. "You guys are scared of a Labrador retriever." The puppy happily trotted to Elias, rolled onto its back, and offered its belly. Elias, hands tied, awkwardly bent over and rubbed with his face. General Karzal looked moments from a coronary. "That," he hissed, "is a Terran Apex bioweapon. The last of its kind. A creature said to bring death with a whisper. A beast that once devoured an entire—" "It eats socks," Elias interrupted. "And peanut butter. And sometimes rocks, but that's more of a bad life decision than a weapon." The Vrak's audience murmured nervously. One warrior shouted, "General, it appears defective." Another yelled, "Perhaps its feeding cycle is not yet begun." The puppy yipped in excitement, then peed on the floor. The murmurs grew louder. Karzal roared for silence. "Human, cease your deception. The records of our ancestors describe your species unleashing these creatures, beasts of endless hunger, during the siege of Skarn 5. Elias snorted. "Yeah. That was just a bunch of Terran Marines letting their dogs off leash. The Skarn garrison panicked because they'd never seen mammals before. One guy fainted. The others ran. The dogs just wanted head pats." Karzal trembled with fury. "You cannot possibly expect us to believe such." The puppy gently bit Elias' pant leg and started tugging him like it wanted to play. Elias smiled warmly. "This little guy? A devourer of worlds? Nah, he's just a baby." The puppy sneezed and fell over again. The entire arena was silent. For the first time in Vrak's history, 10,000 hardened warriors collectively questioned everything they had ever believed. "Middle." General Karzal demanded answers. "Human. What is its true nature? Explain." Elias shrugged. "He's a puppy. You feed him treats, take him for walks, give him toys. He naps a lot." The general recoiled as if struck. "It sleeps often. Usually after eating your shoes." Karzal paced furiously. "But the records tell of a beast that infiltrated enemy compounds, destroyed weapon caches, and rendered entire platoons incapacitated." "Oh, that was probably the chewing thing," Elias said. "Puppies chew everything. Boots, helmets, crates, food supplies, your sanity." A few Vrak's warriors shuddered in horror. One whispered, "General, it is worse than we imagined. It attacks without pattern, without logic." "Yeah," Elias agreed. "Sounds like a puppy." The puppy barked excitedly at the word puppy, then tried to eat a small rock. The Vraks nearest the arena flinched backward like it was a grenade. Elias snorted. "Relax. He just thinks everything is food." Another murmur rippled through the audience. One warrior raised his claw. "General, what if it imprints? What if it views the human as its pack leader?" The puppy hobbled back to Elias and curled up against his leg. The crowd gasped as though witnessing an execution. A warrior fainted. General Karzal struggled to maintain composure, voice trembling. "You mean to tell me, human, that this creature obeys you?" Elias smirked. "Yep. That's how dogs work. Takes commands, too. Wanna see?" "No," Several Vraks shouted at once. But Elias ignored them. He whistled softly. Sit. The puppy plopped its butt down instantly. The audience screamed. Warriors leapt from their seats. Some crouched defensively. Others scrambled up the walls. A few tried unsuccessfully to flee the arena entirely. One warrior sobbed. It understands human commands. It is an intelligent war beast. Kazol seized one of his officers. Why were we not informed of its command comprehension level? The officer wailed. General, I thought Sit was a Terran battle cry. Elias laughed so hard he nearly fell over. Guys. Seriously. He's just a dog. The general's eyes twitched violently. This dog is capable of mass psychological warfare. Do you not see how it destabilizes morale? How it manipulates emotional responses? How it lulls us into? The puppy rolled over and emitted a tiny squeaky fart. Half the audience ducked for cover. The truth comes out. Elias' zip binds were removed at last, partially because the Vraks feared angering the puppy. Kazol approached with reverent terror. Human, tell us its true power. Its true weapon. Elias considered. Well, it can smell fear. The general paled. A warrior screamed, and every Vraks in the arena instantly tried, with great failure, not to be afraid. Far too late. The puppy, sensing new friends, barreled toward the group of elite soldiers, ears flopping, tongue out, tail whipping like a wind turbine. The warriors scattered in all directions, shrieking.